And there is a list, and the list is dated the 21st of this month, day before yesterday, and it lists out all the websites, the URLs, direction to block internet website, Ministry of Communications, Sanchar Bhavan. Go through it. I don't know the exact number, but on this list itself, I have 65 URLs with a direction to immediately block the access to the URLs and not the main websites, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So it's very specific. Somebody's following you. Some people may see this as Big Brother watching you. And the order. Chethan Bhagat, welcome. First question to you, Chethan. Take a position tonight. If there is freedom, there have to be restrictions on freedom. When individual freedom gets in the way of social order, what alternative does the government have? Chethan.
I don't know whether to say anything or not, because if I say something that the government doesn't like, my little Twitter account may be blocked tomorrow. And how do you it's so ridiculous what they've done. Is that how do you even debate this? I mean,
why?
How can a government be so callous about individual freedoms? I mean, yes, there is this pretext, there's some hate speech somewhere, but what seems to have happened here is hardly that. There are journalists, there are search terms, there are Twitter accounts blocked left, right, and center without any, I don't know whether it's randomness or there is some order to it, if somebody's anti-government or something. I mean, clearly these kind of things don't work. These social networks cannot be monitored like this. There are always ways out. They actually spread more panic when you do things like that. And frankly, the government has messed up the economy. There is no sense of moral values. The biggest defense against corruption is I'm not the only one doing it. And today, even personal freedoms. I mean, really,
is this a question of personal freedom?
Left to see.
Is this a question of personal freedom?
Of course, it is a question of personal freedom.
You say it's a question of personal freedom, but
of course it is.
Okay.
How can somebody arbitrarily decide? You can file a police case, you can do whatever. How can I agree somebody? It's just ridiculous that you pass a directive like this. I mean, it's like, is it democracy?
Okay, we'll take the introductory comments. Rahul Easwar, you agree this is personal freedom? In that case, my question to you is, who takes responsibility for inflammable content? As per the IT Act.
Exactly.
As per the IT Act, as per the IT Act, from my information is that the IT Act protects hosts from content put up by third parties on user-generated content. Yeah. So who takes responsibility for the content? Suppose someone anonymously puts out something extremely sensitive and inflammatory. Who's going to take responsibility?
True. Arnabji, three things. One, we are increasingly becoming an online world. So this discussion is of paramount importance of drawing Lakshmana Rekhas and where to draw it. Second thing, no liberty is absolute. There should always be a responsibility. Liberty and responsibility should coexist. The third point, it is highly contemptible that the government blocked Twitter handles of Sanjay Gupta, eminent journalists like Sanjay Gupta,
being selective in your
Indian and other people like this. But there is another thing. But PMO account, for some person impersonating as PM0 India, that is also not right. Creating a fake account, or Manmohan Singh might have remained silent when lakhs of crores are being looted. But that doesn't give anybody the right to fake a PMO account and tweet as if he is the PM and tweeting absolutely objectionable material. So there is it's an even-sided debate, balanced debate. We should explore both the sides without blindly.
But then why are you? You're being a little selective in your anger, aren't you? You're being selective in your anger, Rahul.
I believe I'm totally. Why?
You're not. There are a lot of people who spew venom on Twitter. They say a lot of things.
True.
These things get around.
That's the reason why I said there are a lot of extremist groups active in Twitter. We should have the same standards, and I always say we are against anybody having a non-moderate view. Now the question comes, how do you define moderate?
What is non-moderate?
We have free speech, hate speech, and inflammatory speech. Yeah. We should distinguish all these, and there should be guidelines. There is free speech and there is hate speech. If I can add one more line, nobody should justify hate speech in the name of free speech, and nobody should curtail free speech in the name of curbing hate speech. So it's a very thin line, but the thin line exists.
Highly subjective areas we are getting into.